Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my channel. Today's video is about pronouncing classical guitar pieces in Spanish, and we're including composers as well. Many times you go to concerts or you're in your performance class and people want to introduce a piece. However, many times they get stuck with the words as they're about to present it. They forget to practice it at home. So for this reason, I've made a video about pronouncing these names, and hopefully we can clarify a bunch of the famous guitar pieces in Spanish and we can all be happy from now on. So, piece number 1, Adelita by Agustín Barrios. Adelita by Agustín Barrios. Piece number 2, Recuerdos de la Alhambra by Francisco Tárrega. Now, people always say this wrong because they think the H in Alhambra it's Alhambra. So you will say Recuerdos de la Alhambra. Now, that's not right because in this case the H in Spanish is silent. So Recuerdos de la Alhambra is perfect. Piece number 3, Una limosna por el amor de Dios by Agustín Barrios. Una limosna por el amor de Dios. Piece number 4, Joropo by José Luis Merlin. Now, many people pronounce this wrong because they think the J is pronounced like a J in English, but in Spanish, a J is a J, J, and it's pronounced Joropo. Now, people from the northern part of South America and even Central America, they will say the J more like a H sound, H. So if you hear Joropo from somebody from Central America or the north part of South America, that's not wrong because that's how they speak. And people from the southern region of South America like Chile, Argentina, people like this, they will say Joropo with a more J, more defined sound. Piece number 5, Asturias, Leyenda by Albéniz. Now, many people will try to pronounce it with a Spanish accent like Asturias. However, if you're not from Spain, I wouldn't recommend talking with the th kind of thing because it just sounds pretentious. For example, if you're going to introduce a piece by a British composer, do you say his name with a British accent? Piece number 6, Danza Española by Enrique Granados. Danza Española by Enrique Granados. Now, many times people will not pronounce Española right because of on YouTube sometimes you'll see somebody that wrote Española with just an N and not the ñ, not the ñ sound. So people will think, oh, it's Danza Española, but it's actually Danza Española from Spain, de España. Piece number 7, La Catedral by Agustín Barrios. La Catedral. Now, many people will say it, the cathedral in English. I think that's fine. Not a big deal. But I think it's always cooler and more fun if we introduce a piece with its actual name. So, La Catedral. It sounds more powerful, I think. Piece number 8, Invocación y Danza by Joaquín, Rodrigo. Invocación y Danza. In English they say it invocation and dance. That's not wrong again. But if you want to say it in Spanish, it's Invocación y Danza. Piece number 9, Capricho Arabe by Francisco Tárrega. I'm gonna say it slower. Capricho Arabe by Francisco Tárrega. Sometimes you hear the wrong pronunciation in Tárrega. People will say Tárrega, but it's Tárrega with an emphasis on the first syllable. Tárrega. Francisco Tárrega. Piece number 10, Fandanguillo by Joaquín, Turina. Now, many people will say Fandanguillo or Fandanguillo because of the double L, right? But in Spanish, 2 L's is a J sound, J. So Fandanguillo. And depending in the region that you're in, people will say Fandanguillo as with a J sound, Fandanguillo, or Fandanguillo with a softer Y, right? So just things to keep in mind if you hear variations of this. Piece number 11, Danza Característica by Brouwer. Danza Característica. Not too complicated, I just decided to include it in the video anyways. Piece number 12, Elogio de la Danza, again by Brouwer. Now people will say Elogio because of the G, but in Spanish a G is a H. So it's a soft G, H kind of sound, right? So it's pronounced Elogio de la Danza. Piece number 13, El Decamerón Negro by Brouwer. People never say it wrong too often. El Decamerón Negro. Thank you so much for watching this video, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, and give it a like if you like the video. Of course, try to share this video with your friends, and hopefully they will learn how to say some of the Spanish pieces, and next time they're on stage, they will not be embarrassed to introduce their pieces and rock their concerts.